Yeah, it was another productive day in the meeting room. So ships this way. Okay, so what do we got today on Critical Rocket? Hello, everybody! Once again, another hangar video of Star Citizen, and today it looks like it's the Cutlass Red. Distinct due to its very bright red colours. I think it might be the only third ship that we've seen that's had this nice colour scheme. I know one of them is the Shan Katu Owl and the other is the M50. And I guess maybe you could count the AMD Mustang, but this is the special variant, I guess you could say, of the Cutlass, and the idea that it's not actually built for combat. This is one of the few ships that isn't specifically upgunned for taking on other vessels. This is a search and rescue vehicle, as was made obvious by the massive rescue decal on the side. This is Drake Interplanetary's attempt to, I guess, shake off their less than legitimate image of piracy and the such that it's that some of their ships are useful. And this is a medical ship essentially. And it comes with, I believe this is a neutron gun, this big thing at the front. This is on a gimbal mount, and these two little babies here, which I don't think are in game yet, are sucker punch distortion cannons. I'm guessing the model probably isn't final on these, but it gives you an idea of what they're going to look like. I assume they're going to throw out some kind of like waved pulse of energy, maybe like a ring, kind of similar to some of the guns that I remember from X3, that kind of thing. And yeah, this ship's pretty cool. Just the paint job really is quite nice. I love the fact that they've got this kind of fire engine. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but over here in the UK, fire engines have this like red and sort of light reflective sort of yellow on the side, so you can always see them. And that's a nice little touch on the side. Obviously, you've got the big rescue mark on it. And yeah, externally it's not much different from the standard Cutlass Black. Obviously, most of the new stuff is sort of going on up here at the top. You can see it's got the big searchlight stuff, but we can have a look at them now. So if we bring down the ladder, which I actually know now because the blue button actually loaded in. Still gotta love these animations. I'm not quite sure how useful they'll be in game when you're trying to move around quickly and your character's always doing shit like that. But yeah, if we go up, so you can see it's got this big spotlight here, so I assume that'd be good when you're like trying to search around areas like asteroids and debris fields and the sorts, trying to look for other players, because essentially this ship is built around the idea that you will be going out after the battle, or maybe even during a battle, to rescue fellow pilots who might be in your guild or organization. And so as to prevent them from suffering horrific injury or possibly even death. This ship will be essential to keeping them alive. This is the replacement for the turret on the top, whereas if you've seen the Black, it has quite a large 360-degree turret. This is a tractor beam mount, I believe, so I guess this is what tractor beams will look like. I'm going to guess that this will have some kind of animation, like it'll open up and you'll see some kind of blue beam or something that might project out, and that's I assume for picking up things like escape pods and maybe other bits and pieces, maybe just the remaining hull section of a ship that might still have the pilot inside the cockpit area if he's alive. So that'd be kind of cool. The engines have got different coverings on them, which is quite nice. It's another nice touch. It helps to sort of make it a bit more visually distinct for your money. The other difference visually is you've got this. So I guess this is the new version, or Star Citizen's version of ambulance, or like a kind of universal symbol for a hospital or medical treatment, that kind of thing. So I guess we just swing in from here since we opened the door. The cockpit area is not much different from the Black. Obviously, it's still the same kind of two-seat setup, and you've got obviously these storage racks here for personal equipment, probably weapons, that kind of thing. But the main difference internally is in here, obviously. Now, if you remember, the Black obviously was kind of sparse. It had things like your space toilet and a couple of really basic-looking beds. This one is a complete medical bay, replete with all of the overhead storage. You can see some racks up here, although I think there are pipes up there, but I assume you can get some stuff up there. You know, presumably something for getting rid of medical waste. You know, stainless steel containers. You've got your little standard beds, which you get on. Obviously, these will be used for your wounded, but obviously your non-fatally wounded or recuperating patients. These are obviously operating tables, or at least medical tables, so you can get scans. You can see I guess this will be like a holographic glass that the person operating will be able to see all of the players' life signs. And yep, you can climb on this. I'd be interested in what the animation would be if you're injured, or if you just sort of like you crawling over on one leg, or hopping around, and the next thing is your character just goes, "Oh yeah, get on the bed," and you just roll straight on like there's nothing wrong with you. So that'd be interesting to see whether they actually go to the length of having like unique animations to get on and off the beds when you're injured. I don't know if you can you sit on that? Nah, I don't think you could. Oh, you get your taxi seats anyway, which are in a sort of red colour rather than black. Everything's themed around the name. Now, blue one does that. Now, I believe that red one is supposed to be for the tractor beam mount, which, as you can see, doesn't actually have a seat or anything in it yet, but that's because you don't really need tractor beams at the moment. Now, that one would be for the docking collar, and I know the pledge page does mention there's a docking collar, but I'm assuming it's not actually available yet. So, yeah, not quite sure. Now, this I think is some heavier duty stuff. I believe this button it does the same thing twice, or it might just be doing the top button again, but I'm pretty sure that slides out once the bay is down, and I assume that contains like heavier duty medical equipment. Who knows at this point? It could contain any number of things related to medical treatments and procedures. I mean, it could even be a means of transporting critically wounded people from the ship to a proper hospital facility. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know if I don't seem to be able to crouch. So it looks like where the docking collar was, there's now just this symbol. Okay, right. That's unexpected. Right, okay, so yeah, the docking collar just isn't there anymore. But it does mention, as I said, it does mention the docking collar on the page, so it's probably just not been added yet. So if we just go back, let's have a look at the ship properly. So if we just charge through, yeah, the seats are bugged, by the way. So and then he goes boop. Yeah, as you can see, is yeah. Well, we'll just ignore that. So yeah, this is here's the ship. Resplendent, and it's great paint scheme. I love the shade of red, and it really helps break it up. The problem with the black was it really does look bare bones basic. It does look like a bog standard ship. Like there's no real sort of flair or anything that really makes it stand out or unique. Whereas this one, I think looks really, really pretty. It's interesting to look at. It catches your eye. There's lots of little details that your eye's drawn to as you look at the ship. And yeah, it's not too bad. I like the fact that it at least has some defences going for it. It still has a great profile. I love the engine cowlings that it's got on here. I mean, the detail on the engine is still fantastic. All the engines inside it's are fucking huge. It's cool. So yeah, I mean, obviously I would love to do some in-flight stuff for this, but I don't think it's an engine yet. I mean, it's not a big difference, but it's not going to be much different on the black. But it'd be cool to see it, just to watch as the in-game lighting effects stream past as you cinematically fly around the space lanes. So yeah, gameplay-wise, this is going to be very important. Mainly for groups, organisations as they're called in Star Citizen, but if you're not up with the lingo of the game, it's basically your clan, your guild. You'll be wanting to use this to support in the way of rescuing down players, either after a battle or even during a battle. It's been requested for Operation Pitchfork that there be a few pilots with this ship to aid in rescuing those who get downed by the Vandal when the attack begins. This is not a community event run by CIG. This is one that's actually been essentially created by the community, and CIG have picked up on it, and they've given it their full support. And I believe they're actually on launch, on like the big launch day, they're going to have the event. So there could be like a few hundred players, maybe more, trying to take a system from the Vandal. So it'd be really interesting to see. We'll probably all get vaporized, but fuck it. You may as well make the first day memorable, yeah? Sorry if you heard that, was a bit of a hiccup burp at the same time. So yeah, it's a cool looking ship. I've just noticed it's got the blues and twos on the top. I wonder if it has a siren. That would be weird, even though there's no sound in space, but still, that would be interesting to see. Maybe you can use it in atmospheres and you can hear the as it like flies over. I would personally, I'd get one of these ships. I mean, if nothing else, if I wasn't going to use it, I'd still like it because it looks cool. It's a really, really cool ship. I love the way the light sort of dances around on the colours, the way it reflects everything. That you get that realistic metallic shine and finish on the side of the ship. It's just lit very nicely. I mean, it could be the fact that I think this aero view hangar actually has some of the best lighting currently for doing these videos. But still, it's a cool looking ship, and I don't think I'd buy it on the store. I think you can still get this on the store. I'm not sure how much extra it is. I mean, you do bump up a bit on price on the black. But this is a friend's account, and he's going to be upgrading this to a blue, so I'll be able to do a Cutlass blue video afterwards. So that'd be kind of cool. He's allowing me to get this one in of the red before he switches up, and I'll be able to do that video. So yeah, there's not really much else to say about it. If you like it and you want to play something that isn't so combat oriented, this would be a good choice for you. Because as far as I know, in the universe you will be able to sort of sell your services. You will be able to approach other groups of players, or maybe there'll be some kind of in-game bulletin system, and you'll be able to basically hire your ship out and allow other players to bring you along with them, and then you can be there to rescue them if anything goes wrong. So you'll be able to, I guess you kind of be like a private ambulance service, which is it's a nice idea. So you're not just restricted to just combat or trading. Now you've got this kind of role, and then I might be getting this wrong. I think it's called the Orion Courier. I'm not sure, but that's essentially just a data courier. It's a fast, speedy little ship, and it's good at interception of enemy communications. So that's another gameplay type. So it's nice to see these things coming in, and nice to see them in engine. I mean, I like the combat vessels as well, but it's nice to see that there are other ships that will be there to give people who might not be so into the fighting, or may not just be very good at the fighting, but they still like the idea of flying a spaceship and having a role. This is one of them. And yeah, I say bring it on, CIG. I'd love to see more sort of non-combat type vessels being brought in, and giving us lots of different things to do in the verse, as they say. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks everyone to subscribe. Thanks for all the comments. If if you've got any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Rate it, whether you like it or dislike it. If you have any requests or any other particular ships in hangar, I will try and get them done. I mean, as I said, this is based on my account and my brother and his friend's account. So if there are things available, I will record them when I get time. I'm having to do this on my brother's one. I'm going to get a new monitor. It's all going to be widescreen. It'll be great. And yeah, I would also intend to do some in-flight videos as well. Once I get my new monitor, I'll be going back and I'll be doing in-engine flight ones of all the ones that are available for me. And yeah, so it should be cool. So thanks for watching, and have a good week, everyone. Chris Gorkett signing out.